Hey, we started a podcast. Yeah, Philly G, because they know who I be.
The King of Kings.
I'm back.
What it do, people?
Hey, what's up? It's John Kizzy. You know who is he? AKA Philly G, because they know who I be. I'm here with Ray Ray.
What it do, people?
And hey, we started a podcast. And today we have an extra special guest. We got AllieKat in the house.
Hey, what's up?
And you know how we do. This is episode 135. Could be wrong.
I was like, you didn't sound sure about that.
I know. No. I'm 135.
135. So you've had a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
I only chance to check out a couple few, but I did peek the page and I was like, okay, they've been busy.
Yeah. The first.
Oh, you're putting in work, man.
Yeah, the first season was like we're in season 3 now.
Yeah.
First season we were just doing just us. And then the second season we started having guests, and now we're at the point where it's hard to keep on. Well, I'm getting a lot of requests for guests.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, keep hitting us up now.
Some like national guests and also international guests.
Yeah, we had Brianna D. She's a singer from New Jersey.
Yeah.
She was on the show.
Okay, nice.
It was dope. And we got Realize coming up soon.
Yeah, and we had a film director from Toronto come through. And
Yep. And an actor, writer from here,
Ooh, nice.
yeah.
Steve Lawrence.
I was gonna ask. So I was like, can I know who it is?
Yeah, Steve Lawrence. He got that new show. We've very diverse, not just music, just entertainment, right?
Yeah. But now we're sitting down with you, so like, let the people know who you are, what you do, how you
what?
move.
I gotta say, I may do music, but like you said, it's about more than that, entertainment stuff. People say I'm so comical, and I just gotta say, like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm a comedian or I'm about to crack a joke or something, but people just tend to laugh with me, you know what I mean? So I'm always having a good time. Yeah, my life, I run a cleaning business for a living. So for the past 3 years, I've been doing that solo. It definitely comes with its struggles from time to time. You know, I'm sure you understand being a business owner yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I go out there, clean hoses, and yeah, that's what I do for a living. So when I'm not doing that, busy with the pen, busy with the creativity. I smoke a lot, you know, so smoke a lot of weed. Yeah.
So what was that moment for you that led you to first pick up the pen?
Honestly, I picked up the pen about, I don't want to expose my age, but it is what it is. I'm in my mid-30s, so I picked up that pen when I was 14 to write my first serious rap. But before that, I was writing poetry, and here's a funny story. My English teacher, who had failed me quite a few times, I struggled in English because I was in French immersion.
Okay.
And I wasn't very good with French. So I had this English teacher, and for some reason with the French immersion, I was struggling with English. I don't know why. Became a songwriter. That's cool. But yeah, she had me do some poetry. And I was young. I didn't like school, and I didn't like doing homework and stuff. And I was a procrastinator. So long story short, when that poem was due, I said, fuck now, what am I going to do? I was up listening to Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001 album, and the very last song, the message, it's to, I almost said Too Short, but, why am I struggling on this name? Guys, help me out.
Easy.
Eazy-E, thank you. Why would I even think somebody else? But, yeah, it's his message to Eazy-E, and it's talking about death and how it's touching him and stuff, right? Well, I had just lost my grandmother, and my project was due. I said, what am I going to do? And I plagiarized Dr. Dre. Not word for word, but I made it my own, right?
Yeah, I got you.
That was my first time really playing with lyrics and being like, okay. And I failed the assignment, obviously. She knew it was up. She was like, you plagiarized Dr. Dre. I was like, oh.
She knew Dr. Dre.
Miss Elmswood, man. I don't know if you guys know Miss Elmswood from Astral Drive, Junior High, but she was an amazing teacher for a lot of people. For me, I just struggled. I do struggle a lot with my mental health. That was found out later in life that I had mental health struggles. But yeah, I really plagiarized Dr. Dre and failed the assignment and learned a lesson, which was you can't cop other people, you can't bite other people's styles, and you can't write other people's shit, right? So I learned that at a young age, that wow, if I'm gonna do this, write poetry, I gotta be original. And then a couple of years later, you know, I've had a rough life. We won't get into the trauma and stuff, but yeah, I've had a bit of a rough life starting from a young age. So I grew up kind of quick, and yeah, I don't know. I just became a rapper. I don't know how it happened. It just kind of happened. In 2004 is when I started rapping. Yeah. So excuse me. I've been very sick, and I don't. Excuse me. It's funny. I was going through my mixtapes from high school. Yeah. And I came across Pat's Day 2004 mixtape. I was listening on the way here actually, and it's just so nostalgic listening to that old Pat, and he was one of my first inspirations as well. And let me move up a little bit so I can see a little bit. But contact, right? I was very inspired by Pat because I went to high school with him. Yeah. Okay. We over time, I mean, God rest Pat's Day. I can't call him like a friend of mine. But whenever we were on the boat, he would call me by my name, hey, Allison, what's up, or whatever, right? So he knew me and I knew him, but I never wanted to bother Pat. I was like, I don't want to bug Pat and be like, well, check me out. So I was always peeping Pat's stuff, and yeah, when it just became too late. But I was very inspired by Pat's Day. Yeah. He was going hard back then, and he always went hard. And always. Right? So
absolutely. So you're like a fan, like back in like the Elements League days and that kind of stuff, like.
I remember going to one Pat's Day Elements League battle. It was out in Halifax somewhere's on the streets in like a ditch somewhere. But and I can't even remember who we battled, to be honest. I just remember going to it, and it was so long ago. Let me just gather my thoughts for a second about Pat. But yeah, he actually gave my nickname AllieKat. So
okay.
Oh, nice.
Everyone, like my family and everyone, always called me Allie, and my middle name is Catherine. If you know from Facebook, Allison Catherine. That is my middle name. And yeah, Pat kind of gave me that nickname because when I was in English class, not with Miss Elmswood, little later on in high school, I was in English class still feeling. And because I wasn't doing my work, I would want to write rhymes. Yeah. Because Pat would sit right behind me, and I'm like, man, that's kind of cool that he's a rapper. Let me see what I can pull, right?
Yeah. So you took that inspiration.
I took the inspiration, but not only just from Pat's Day. I mean, my other inspirations were like DMX, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay. Dr. Dre, all the features on these albums. That's how I was a big. This isn't hip hop, but I was a big Mariah Carey fan too. Okay. As a youth, right? I was really into the females, Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys, like, you know. So with Mariah, she collabs with a lot of like Bone Thugs and Harmony. And that. So I think that's maybe how I got put onto them. But I definitely got put onto hip hop from my older sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she put me onto Wu-Tang, Gravel Pit. That was one of the first hip-hop songs I ever heard. I was like, what? Okay. Mommy's been making me listen to rock and roll and pop my whole life. And I'm like, okay. So.
Nice. Thrown into the Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have to get the beat if we're going to do that one. We'll have to get the beat.
Yeah.
Can we get it? Can we play the beat? Or?
Oh, no, because it would get flagged, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't do that one.
Shit.
I need the beat.
Yeah. In case y'all don't know, we're talking about she had a freestyle over Wu-Tang beat that we were going to do, but yeah, YouTube and Spotify would both flag it if we use the beat.
Give you a little sample.
Go ahead.
Acapella, why not? Okay.
Yeah.
Check it. Goes to Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang. So envision that beat.
Classic beat.
Right? They want to hear that ALLIEKAT. That's a K, not a C. Something like a G. Smoke O's from trees. Money don't grow on them. Printed in factories. Hidden history from you and from me. Separated by the sea. Segregated how we speak. Everyone yell cream. cash rules. Get your money up front or blast tools. With your last words, what you gon' say? I'm like an old dirty bastard, push play. I'm nasty. Oh baby, I like it raw. Lick my split legs after lick a zigzag. Goes on, but we're gonna end it there.
Nice.
But yeah, we're gonna end it there.
The rest you gotta pay for it.
Right? It feels so much better with the beat, but
No,
yeah, your girl spits. And that was
absolutely.
only written like maybe a month or maybe 2 months ago now. I don't know. That's one of my latest. So.
Nice. Also, gotta say, we've had what 4 or 5, maybe even 6 rappers up here, and you're the first one to spit. So you the first.
Hey, cheers to that, yo.
I ain't got nothing to cheers with,
You
but
better go get a drink.
first one. So everyone else that was on the show, now you got a bar to meet.
No, absolutely. So you just gave us a little sample of what you sound like, but like if someone was to ask you like to describe yourself as an artist, how would you do that?
A very complicated individual. No, I'm a sensitive artist. I really am. So, and I think it comes with the mental health struggles that I've been through. So, and I write about my feelings, right? So back to them old school days when I was 14, I was writing, trying to be like them boys, you know. I'm like, murder, kill. Like not that DMX was all about that or Tupac or anything, but they expressed anger. I also listened to some other underground artists that were very, drill music. You know how it goes. Not that drill was drill back then, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
so I was an angry youth, so I was expressing that. And then by the time I, grew up a little bit, I was like, man, I can't be talking this way. And there was only like 2 raps that were like that anyways, until I quickly learned like, no, you got to keep it real.
Yeah.
Right? So I actually, this is a great opportunity to talk about this because I wrote my first real song when I was 17, like complete with a hook, 2 verses. Like it was a challenge to write hooks and choruses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The rap part was kind of, it just came to me. I was like, shh, Of course, I'd use like cheat codes like rhymer.com sometimes, not all the time. But, if I was struggling on a word, I'd be like, man, let me see what the internet's saying about this rhyming word. And, but where was I going with this?
But you're writing.
With the
writing a
writings.
full song.
Yeah, so the song was originally called Shoulders, which is a stupid title for a song because it's not it starts off, I got a devil on my left, an angel on my right.
Oh, that fits
Devil's trying to
then.
bring me down, angel showing me the light.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I got these devils and angels on my shoulders, so I'm gonna call it Shoulders because I was young and didn't know how to title songs. Years later, I went to Mars the Alchemist or Advocate, whatever he goes by.
Yeah.
Mars the Advocate, and as a producer, he goes by Mars the Alchemist. He had given me a beat pack along the way. I had written to them. The first time I actually met the guy, I bought a beat off him, and that was that song, the first song. I wanted to record it so bad. Didn't own the original that I wrote it to, and couldn't find it on YouTube either.
Yeah.
So I asked Mars to, we went through his beats, and we found something. I purchased it, and we recorded it. And then over the years, we were kind of friends or whatever. So, again, I got a beat pack. And so he actually has 3 songs on my new album. Like, he got the beats of 3 songs off my new album.
Okay.
Nice.
The other ones are Stony Montana.
Yeah, shout out
And my
to Stony.
boy, shout out Stony and shout out Gravity from Virginia down in the States.
Yeah.
He also blessed me with 2 beats. So
Nice.
there's going to be the 7 songs right there. And I just want to express how hard this music thing is when you got no manager and no support and no one, you know what I mean? Like, we got a big community here in Nova Scotia of hip-hop artists and stuff, right? I just find it difficult. I do.
So walk
But
us
it doesn't make me stop. But go ahead.
Well, walk us through that. Like, how has that been? Like, you just said you don't have like a manager or any of that kind of stuff. So this has kind of been completely independent on your own
my
kind of
God,
thing. So what has that journey been like navigating this industry?
Well, I got to shout out Israel Ecom because he was my manager during the time that I dropped Cat Got Your Tongue. I did have a manager for a minute. I can't really speak on what happened because I'm not really sure, but we just, it was the pandemic time. We couldn't really meet up. And then when we couldn't meet up, there was no meetups, and I felt very alone and very like, even though he was doing a lot for me. Shout out Israel, man. Like, I'm not trying to you know, I'm not speaking ill of anybody. I'm just saying that we fell off as a management team or whatever. And I lost my manager. And he having a manager is very helpful because they teach you stuff that you just, as an artist, you just want to, me personally as an artist, I want to create all the time.
Yeah.
I do R&B too. So I can sing, I rap. I've always been able to sing. And it's funny, actually, one of your artists that was here last, Maya. I love Maya. Shout out Maya, man. You know.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, she was talking about how she has very supportive parents. I don't. You know, my dad, he's like, oh, you a rapper? What? Yeah, no, go scrub some floors or something, right? So, yeah, my dad ain't with the rap stuff. Mom tries to be supportive as possible, but she don't get it, you know. She's just like, oh, you're talented. You should sell those songs. I'm like, sell them to who? This is my story, you know. So it's been hard. But yeah, I can't stop. You know, it's not about like, oh, like, I can't stop. I just wrote a new song. The Wu-Tang one was like, what, maybe 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half. And then I have Indian producers. My guy, shout out Karan Shady. He's from India, and we're trying to work together. It's just that certain people are very established and legit, and they have their prices, right? So it's like, I'm not trying to eat for free, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like eat off someone's plate for free, so to speak. I'm like, if you got a product for me, I want to pay you for it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just difficult, you know. I never really I always dreamt of making something of myself, you know, because we all know where the music can take you.
Yes.
It can take you very far. But with my mental health struggles, I just struggled too hard along the way, you know, in and out of hospitalization and stuff like that, and the stigma of it all and everything like that. So, but I'm a very open person. I can talk about it. Maybe. Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was going to say I could probably talk too much about it, so you go ahead and
No, because I actually want to talk a little bit around that topic. Cause,
we can, yeah.
Because we know that the arts industry itself can be an amazing place for people who are going through any type of mental health struggles or any type of emotional battles to kind of have an emotional release. So what was that like for you, kind of being able to write like how you're able to write? Did that help along the way with your mental health struggles? Like, was there pain expressed through music? Oh,
absolutely. I would say it's a blessing and a curse, because it's a blessing. How do I say it? It's like with my latest song, for example, the Indian guys, right? They're two producers. They live in India, and Karan actually called me, and he says, "Yo, he does trap beats and stuff, right?"
Yeah.
And I love his beats. I really do. But I told him, I said, I kind of want to try my R&B avenue and see where that takes me, because about 20 years being a rapper, man, like I'm pushing 40. It's like, okay, let's just do everything that I'm capable of, you know? So with these guys, they sent me, they didn't send me the beat yet. Actually, we were just doing a little networking on the FaceTime or whatever it was, WhatsApp. And Homeboy sent me a beat, and he just played it in the background. I freestyled to it. And I said, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to try to write to this right quick, because I just caught something. I want to continue to catch it. 45 minutes later, I sent him a full track. Like, I don't have my own studio, like not professional stuff. I just lay my cell phone down on the table, play from a Bluetooth speaker, and I record something. So actually, with that said, along the years, there is a recording of everything I've done almost. Anything that's worthy of it, there's a recording of it.
Yeah.
It's just not worthy of being out there on the internet, because it's not mixed and mastered and this and that. But back to your original question, which was, you know, the pain and the struggle and stuff. Like, yeah, I certainly have a variety of music, you know. I even have stupid little jingles that are about tea and shit like that. And I got a message in it. It's like, if you're hungry, drink tea. Yeah, because you got nothing else to eat. So drink the damn tea out your cupboard. Because, you know what I mean? But I got a song like that. And then, like, I just got songs for everything. It got to a point about during the pandemic, really, is when I was, like, struggling very severely, started smoking cigarettes, started being badder and badder. And, you know, That's okay.
I just unpaired you.
Oh, you were paired.
Yeah.
That's why it went through like that.
Yeah, that's why we heard it.
Oh, it went through your headphones.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Because that's all I could hear was his ringtone.
You unpaired it.
Yeah, I unpaired it because
Okay.
we paired it last week. Yeah, you were playing something for me.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he got a song.
You got a song?
Yeah, my uncle changed that completely around. Shout out to Uncle Troy. Yeah, he's cooking up something for me because he didn't like the way it blended, so he's cooking something else for me now.
Okay. Yeah,
you know I do my thing.
Oh, of course. But anyways,
sorry
back to what
about
I was
that.
saying before the phone.
What you were saying before
I was talking about the Indian producers and stuff. So basically, 45 minutes later, I came up with a track. It's an R&B track. If it was hip hop, it probably would have took me a little bit longer because there's more lyrics in the verse of hip hop.
Yeah.
Whereas with R&B, it's so much easier to just be like, a couple bars, and you're like.
That's funny because I always say that because I write both, right? And I'm like, that's why I give so much more credit to rappers because I'm like, one verse in hip hop could be a whole song in R&B,
Exactly.
lyric wise.
So back, I don't know. I think it was Stoney Montana that put me on to BeatStars.com because he's all over BeatStars.
What's that? I never heard of that one.
BeatStars.com it's basically a beat purchasing website.
Okay.
BeatStars with an S.com. I'm telling you, man, young rappers out there, if you're using YouTube beats, stop. Just go to BeatStars.com, save yourself a couple $100 and buy a beat.
Yeah.
Straight up. But anyway, so it's a beat shopping website.
Mm-hmm.
And I was originally shopping with Stoney a lot because he's local, and I was like, man, I'm just going to trust the local cats, right? And then I was like, no, I got to expand and get a little bit wider with it. So Cat Got Your Tongue album, which dropped in 2022, that got a beat. I'm so proud. I don't know why. It just makes me happy because I'm a big fan of Gorilla from New York.
Yeah.
Like, not a huge fan or nothing like that. I'm not a huge, super mega fan of not too many people these days because the artists I grew up on are the GOATs. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, but yeah, Gorilla, she's dope. And she actually purchased off the same producer that I did. And his name's Black Surfer. So, shout out Black Surfer. Yeah, so this music journey is a journey, right? You can't expect to be at any one place with it. Like, it's just a journey. And like I said with my... I don't know. You got to redirect my question because I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, and I think my question was around like how has the creative side of your life helped kind of get you through some of maybe those dark times, right? So
with the creative side, it's like, I write all this stuff. I've kept everything, and I have these recordings that I'll play back. So sometimes when I'm in a rut, I'll play them, and I'll play like the hip hop songs. And I'll listen to like the Wu-Tang one, for example. I'm like, man, I'm dope, man. How can you be depressed and sad? Like, just get up. Like, look what the gift God gave you, you know? But then I get depressed because I'm like, well, look at the gift God gave me and look how far I made it in life. And to be honest, like, where am I now? You know, like I hate to be this way, but it's like, man, like, I don't know. I could have done a lot more, and I hate to admit it. I'll take accountability for it, but I have been in a rut where I haven't really been out there as much as I used to be. You know, before the pandemic, I was doing shows all the time, and I wasn't even doing shows. I was just putting on instrumentals and doing my thing, right? Like, verse, hook, verse, chorus, like everything in one breath, a whole set for 30 minutes, nothing. There was no background vocals for anything. And I'm like, wow, man, this is like really breathtaking to do these shows, but I loved it. I loved the performing and everything. And then eventually, you know, someone's like, yo, you got to get beats, you got to get proper. And I did. And then, of course, stupid great pandemic of 2020. And I continued to push through that and record and stuff. So I actually have a lot of living songs on SoundCloud that are kind of more slept on compared to the Spotify and the YouTube and stuff. Like,
okay.
I got a catalog on SoundCloud. It's kind of dope. I don't know. I like my SoundCloud songs. Yeah. So, but yeah, just to finally wrap up your question, it's a blessing and a curse because some days I'll play my tracks and I'll be like, man, this is awesome. And then other days I'm like, it's like a reminder of like the God-given talent that I have that it's not that I don't know what to do with it. I feel like I have more potential to be further than what I am now.
Yeah.
I guess, you know,
Yeah.
which causes a lot of anxiety and mental struggles and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
But this is also. I mean, it's that kind of Nova Scotia curse as well, right? We have a lot of talent here,
Yes.
right?
True, there's so
And it's just
many artists.
not able to break fully to that worldwide market, right? But legends in their own mind, in their own city, in their own environments, in the fan base that they have. So shout out to all the artists over here in Nova Scotia who are working and putting in that work. We know y'all should be getting the recognition that other people from other cities are getting, but we're gonna get there one day.
That's very true.
Another thing, like the talent here is immense because not only can they do songs, but y'all can perform. I've seen you perform at least once, and I know I'm going to see you again this Saturday. And just seeing the energy that we have. Like, I've gone to some concerts from some established artists, and they were caca compared to some of the stuff. Like, yeah, I don't care. I throw names out there. I went to Lloyd Banks' concert, and he was shit compared to the concert I went to last week with Maya and when you got performed, and when in Tanger when TC performed, like the stage presence that we got here, it's crazy.
It's like that Nova Scotia sway we got. Like,
you
can't take it from us.
And the breath control and like everything, breath control is really important too.
It is, man. Breath control is very important. Like that last show you see me at, actually, thanks for the compliment, because I was just asked to perform that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was very unprepared. I was like, oh my god, like I guess I'll do more Cat Got Your Tongue tracks, and like that album to me is old, but I understand to a new audience. You know, maybe they may have heard Self-Made because it's my one I got a video for. So maybe they heard that one, but maybe they didn't hear the other songs off the track or off the album. So it's good to play those type of songs. Like, it's good to continue playing old songs.
Yeah, because just because it's old to you, it don't mean it's old to everybody else, right?
Yeah, but Cat Got Your Tongue got 8 tracks, and I got like hundreds of songs. Like, I got hundreds of them. They're just unreleased. They just float around. Some of them are verses. Some of them are this. Like, so.
But that's dope, because then when you perform them, and people are going to try and look for it.
Exactly.
And start asking you, yo, why ain't this song on spot? Like, I want to hear this.
I want to get performance tracks for some of my like the SoundCloud ones I was telling you about. 'Cause that's what,
So why aren't those ones on Spotify?
I don't own
the beats.
Yeah, I got flagged actually. Megan Trainor. Oh. Megan Trainor. No, I love Megan Trainor. She had that song called Me Too. It was like
Yeah. Oh, you did something to that?
Yeah, man. Okay. I did a banger with
that beat's bad.
Satisfies from Down Home too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So me and Satisfy jumped on that. I used to work with Satisfy quite a bit. Shout out Satisfy.
Yeah. He was on that album because I heard a song with you and him.
Yeah. He was on a song. What song was he on? Kitchen Party.
Yes.
Kitchen Party. Yes. I love that track.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but any more questions, boys? Redirect the.
I'll let him ask one for a minute.
Why?
I've been taking a lot of space in there.
Yeah, I just want to.
How about I ask you a question, John? What do you really want to know about me, or whatever?
Well, first I want to go back to where you were talking about your writing, how the verses are easier than the hooks, and like you said. But I want to point out that because I listened to the Cat Got Your Tongue, I listened to the whole. Actually, everything you had on Spotify, I listened to it, and I think that you're good with the hooks. And that's what's important, because it was like the Self-Made. I was like singing that. I was like, it was just in your head, like, and that's what you want your song to do. Yeah. You need that hook to get out there. And I agree with you. When I write, like, the hardest thing is the hook. But when you get that hook, it seems like the rest just flows in.
Listen, I gotta say something here, because like I said, I've been working on an album.
Yeah.
You can't rush greatness, right? So it's been a process. It's been a long time coming, and it. I mean, mark my words, I'm gonna drop it this fucking summer. Oh, sorry, we cuss on here or no?
Yeah, after
I think
we wait for the
we pass the time.
Yeah, we after the first 10 minutes we can curse. Okay, we try not to curse. It fucks up the algorithm if you curse before the first 10 minutes.
True.
Yeah, but we 28 in, so let them fly.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Back to hooks and stuff. Yeah, like I think it came back to that song. By the way, the song called Shoulders was retitled to Tempt Me.
Okay.
So look out for that one. It'll be the first song off the album. But that one, I really pushed myself to write the hook, right? When I did, I was so proud. My mom was proud. My sisters were proud. My friends were all like, you got something here. And then not that I owe the world an explanation, but I will explain. I mean, right after high school, I got hospitalized, right? And it changed my life. It changed my world. So that part happened, and I just, I took a different journey, I guess you could say, right? Yeah. But now I've realized I'm like, I'm personally, I just think I'm too talented to let it go to waste. So that's why I'm putting together this next album. Hopefully, I got my show on Sunday at the Hub. And then that's in Dartmouth.
Not Saturday?
Is it this Saturday?
Shoot.
This Saturday or Sunday?
I thought it was the 28th. What?
28th is a Saturday, I believe. Double check because I don't know.
Got to get it right.
I think it's Saturday the 28th, if I recall.
All right. Wait, you guys keep going while I double check.
But yeah, after that 28th show, I got another one down in Dartmouth at Hugo's on the 19th of July.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man, no more Cat Got Your Damn Tongue, because I love that album. I really do. I just, as a performer, I don't want to perform those songs. I want to show the world like what I'm really made of, you know? And one day when I get to these R&B tracks, I can't wait. Like, I really can't wait. I'm a very, I don't know, I just love creating, you know? Yeah. When I create something, I play it back. I'm like, wow, I really did that.
There it is. So, yeah, it's June 28th.
Saturday.
And it's at the East Coast Hub Salon. Everybody out there, $10 cover or $5 with a food donation. And we got AllieKat, we got Jake Mercer, Dupont, Bodine, 3K Kill, T3K. Man, why can't I speak? You read them.
Give me that. Let me see.
Read off the names there, because I can't speak English.
Hip-hop fans in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. We got the Hub Saloon coming up on June 28th at 55 Tacoma Drive, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. $10 cover with a $5 food donation. Bring those food donations. People are starving and you need to save $5.
Yes. You got to get her to do the promo.
So 8 p.m. Well, the thing is, I used to work at Sears, right? And I used to have to advertise for towels and stuff, right? So like, hello, Sears shoppers, and welcome to the 3rd floor. Today on sale, we have.
Nice.
Those jobs help you along the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so back to the performing lineup. We have DJ Amuna, Risky Biz, myself, AllieKat, Psycho Scode, Red Rome the Dawn, Jake Mercer, Dupont, Bodine, T3 Killa, Black Bandits, Delix, and Wild Oscar. It's going to be a dope lineup, so come on out.
Nice. That's a serious set.
T3 Kill is the name I couldn't say. I don't know why I can't say a T and a 3. It just wouldn't come out.
It gets a little difficult. I know I'm dyslexic as fuck, so like sometimes I can understand your struggles.
When I spit in the booth, it was frustrating because I get a speech impediment, so sometimes I just fuck up normal words.
Yeah.
There's one song I got where I just didn't fuck up, and every time I listen to it, I laugh because it's like, if you don't know the lyric, you don't know, because it's still a real word.
Yeah.
And it kind of fit, but it wasn't what I was trying to say.
Yeah. That was like just now when I came from, I'm just coming from North Preston where I record my music with Kiki Beach. Shout out Keezy.
Shout out to Keezy.
Yeah. So I was having the same dilemma. My line was, what was it? It was like, I've had it. I believe I have it. The had and the have. It fucked me up so hard in the studio. I'm like, I had it. I believe I had. I don't know. I was fucking it up, but anyways, we got it down packed. We got this. I can't wait for this album, to be honest. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you both for having me on the podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even bless me with the opportunity to speak about this. You know, like, I'm very camera shy, so I'm not the one to be like, hey fans, blah blah blah. Even though I got that radio voice sometimes, you know, it's like it's nerve-wracking when you just live alone in a little basement apartment. So.
Oh yeah, we glad to have you up here. And
but I've done a few videos of just rapping and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
The talking part, it's like, so it's nice to be on a podcast with real individuals in front of me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, because that's a new weirdness of being in the artist space, of having to be like. Yeah. Social media presence as well, right?
The social media. Well, back in my day, I was visualizing selling CDs out of a trunk. That was my hustle, my dream. I was like, man, I can't wait to get like 100 CDs, put them in my trunk, and then after those 100 sell, I'll get like more, like maybe 500, and I'll push CDs. By the time I was around to CDs, we had MP3s, and then like little iPods and stuff like this. And I'm like, the world is changing. And I can't keep up. Even today, like I got an iPhone 14, and now they got the iPhone this, that, da da da. And I'm like, I don't even really know how to work my iPhone too good, but I'm learning. It's a learning process.
She got me having flashbacks. I remember printing off CDs and selling them at the school for $5, just trying to.
Wow, that's the thing, right? Because that's the way I could see it. Like if I have something physical to give you, and we trade, something physical that I created for like $10, $20, whatever. That seems more better than like streaming services, man. Spotify and all that. I don't know. I like the way things are now, but I gotta say, with my new mixtapes I found back in the day, like with the past album and stuff, Christ, man, it was so fun just like burning CDs and then getting that one CD but the thing with that is you only get like 20 songs at a time, right?
Yeah.
25 songs, and then your disc is filled up, and by the time those songs are over and you're bored of them, it's time to put a new CD in. But yeah, so I can't really hate on the way the world is now. It is what it is, but
yeah, but another thing, like we had Corey Wrights on here before. One thing that me and him talk a lot about is that like another thing that changed is that you don't own the shit no more.
Yeah,
like when
Yeah.
you're basically renting albums, and because of that, and I know it was Kanye West that did this stuff before. He'll go in and he can change a song. Like maybe you liked it how it was, but then he changed it and you'll never hear it again. Or J. Cole. Remember he did a diss track to Kendrick Lamar, right? Mm-hmm. Then he deleted it.
Right, and apologized too.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is now, you ain't got that song no more.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, if you had it on the CD, you can't delete shit. I like that song. I got it. It's mine.
Right?
Now it's like I paid. Maybe you bought that album for that song.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. And now you got.
I know there's been so many albums from back in the day that I purchased just for that one song.
Yeah. So imagine if you purchased an album for that one song, and then one day that song's gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild concept because you got to think about it. Like, it's the only industry where there's no resale value.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. Sneakers.
Shoot. And the crazy thing is back.
Games.
Yeah. I know, and it changed.
So underrated these days, and I think a big thing is there's more quantity than quality.
Yes. It's because of the way the industry changed. Is that like everyone sees it as something they can do.
Yeah.
Like if they'll see you they don't know that you put in this hard work. They don't know how much time you put in it. They'll just like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
And then they'll try and come up with something, and it'd be trash.
Yeah.
But their friends hype them up so they think it's something, right?
Hype them, and I'm like, literally, like, okay, so back in my day, like after the high school, because in high school I don't know, I hate to say this way, but I was Miss Popular. Like I hung out Dartmouth, Halifax, all over the place. I was a cheerleader. Like I knew a lot of people, but I don't know. I don't like that word popular because it makes you think of like Mean Girls or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
popular girl that was a bully or something. And I'm like, that was never my intention. I just tall and pretty, I guess, whatever. But yeah, fuck man, I was onto something here and I lost my train of thought, and that happens a lot. But the fuck were you just talking about? You brought up something.
Songs? What was I saying?
No, the industry.
Oh yeah, how the industry changed. You don't own the songs no more.
I don't know, man. I was gonna be onto something. That's all that marijuana I smoke. I'm sorry, folks.
I don't even smoke marijuana, and my brain's like that too.
Yeah, there you go. I can't even use the marijuana. It's just a brain function thing, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was onto something. I lost it. It must not have been that important.
I think we were talking about the navigating this industry with the new complexities of things, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because I did start off like 20 years ago. So it's like now that the world's changed and everything seems to be like in a phone, in a social media app, TikTok, Facebook, like Instagram, like it's all. I really miss real like engagement. From people. So like the fact that we're on this, like not that I don't get engagement from people, but you know what I mean. Like just. I don't know. I feel a lot of changes coming, like for the rest of this year and next year for me, especially after this album drop. Like, but all the same, I don't know. But yeah, I just gotta say with the whole J. Cole thing, what do you guys feel about that? Him apologizing, like, what's your stance on that?
I think this whole year of apologizing is crazy. You see where NDP leader Jake Meekson apologized
that was
for going to Kendrick Lamar.
It was
That
goofy.
was
It was
funny.
goofy, but they're
That
both
was so
kinda-
funny. Such a Nova Scotia thing. Goof.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's how you gonna be a politician and apologize to.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
an
How you
artist,
going to apologize for going to the concert and then act like you didn't go for like you didn't know?
right? And,
You went
I
for
was there
Kendrick.
for SZA.
Yeah,
no,
right.
You weren't. Stop lying. You were
I
there
know,
for Kendrick.
I know. He
You
was
were there
singing
for
not
the
like
whole
us.
thing. Yeah.
He probably said the whole A minor and everything.
Yeah, he probably was.
Why,
He was like,
why are you a politician
Yeah.
who just stepped down from running from office and be on the floor where you can get photographed like that? Shouldn't you be up in the skybox?
That's true too. Why? Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
You know what that shows though? That he went there for Kendrick. He wanted to be down there and close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just means you wanted to be noticed.
Oh, he
And
was
you
True
got,
that.
floor
and you got
seats.
noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
floor
he did
seats.
a
got
politician.
noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so funny.
it's crazy. But yeah, that look back to what you said about J. Cole. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I do too.
See, on one, if it's something that like wasn't, if you said something on a song or the anger and stuff, and it wasn't sitting well with you personally,
Right.
and you're apologizing for yourself, then I can see it. But if you're just if you're doing it just to look away, you know what I mean? That's where I could be like, nah, that's corny, right?
Yeah.
But he seems like a guy that's like an honest person. He's just like, if he didn't mean that shit,
Yeah.
and he was just saying it because he's like, you get mad sometimes. You just say shit.
See, that's the thing, especially as an artist, like it just comes to you sometimes, especially in
Yeah.
a freestyle. I'm not really a big freestyler. I'll do it at parties. I'll drop a little,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely better with the pen. And yeah, it's like I don't know when it comes to like rap beef and like apologies. It's like I don't know.
It's
like,
corny.
It's a little corny, but at the same time, it's like we gotta look at the individual, which is J. Cole, right? Like you said, he's such a real dude. And
Yeah.
he probably just said something, and like you said, it wasn't sitting well with him. So he's like, you
Yeah.
know what? Wait in front of all my fans, be vulnerable and take accountability, and just apologize to my friend.
Yes, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're friends.
Because that is exactly what he said. Because on the diss track, he was saying how these albums weren't good, and then he's like, he actually liked those albums, so that's why he was like
Right.
walking it back.
He was being fake, right?
Yeah, like yeah, basically
I can understand that. You
the diss
being
track
fake,
was
you should've said it.
being fake, and he didn't want to say it, so that's why he was
Right.
walking back. That's why I got mixed feelings. I only against it because I don't think in battles there should be apologies, but this was something that he wasn't representing himself, like he thought it was fake. So that's why I'm with it.
His apology kind of set the tone, though, and I don't think people really understand that because you showed by you apologizing, you showed that this is more than rap.
Right.
True that. Yes. Yeah.
You showed that this is more than rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sent me something with the DMX thing. What was that about? With the
Oh yeah.
what was that?
Yeah.
about?
This is something
Party
that
Up.
yeah I didn't know.
And it
King
was a diss
Ticker.
track apparently or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
King Ticker claimed he knew, but I call cap. I don't think anyone knew it. We would have discussed it before. That Party Up was a diss track to Corrupt. Did you know that?
No,
I knew that when the
Why?
Baby Mama's song, that because the way it's in that song, I was like, he got to be talking to somebody because that's a
Yeah.
weird line to have in a party song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know it was right to Corrupt, but then now knowing and going back and listening, I'm like, oh shit.
I love my baby mama. I never let her
Yeah, he was talking about Foxy Brown
That's crazy.
because remember Foxy was dating Corrupt at that point.
Yeah.
And Corrupt put out that song, Calling Out Names. And he's like, motherfuck D, motherfuck M. The only X I know exhibit and something like that. And RBX.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Like, so that was his comeback.
I mean that was so minuscule back in the day. I didn't even remember that. We were focused on the bigger lyrical wars that were going on.
Yeah. But that's crazy that the diss track was a jam. So Corrupt probably knew it because he's seen Exhibit knew it because he's the one that talked about it. So that's kind of like not like us, but back then.
And Corrupt wasn't really going to play with back then.
But a song that's dissing you is getting mad play in the radio, in the club, and everywhere.
You're saying he did the Drake effect before Drake?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did a not like us. He had a not like us before Kendrick.
DMX was crazy, man.
Yeah.
What was that?
He's on my top 5 all the time.
Oh my god, DMX has always been one of my favorites. And one thing I love about DMX is he can be so like hardcore, aggressive, street, like rough and rugged, but he'll still get up in front of everybody and cry and pray and be a real man. You know what I mean? That's what I love about DMX.
Dude could be aggressive while preaching.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, most preachers are. They're like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, true. Some
You know what I
they
mean?
get in their
They can be Very
bag.
aggressive, but DMX, oh my god,
Yeah, he's a
God
rare
rest
breed.
DMX.
Rare breed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He makes you feel his lyrics, man. You can feel his pain.
After actually passed away, I dropped my first album. It was like the next day or 2 days later or something. I don't know. I was putting together an album with Kiki over the pandemic era, and I just was like, oh, like DMX passed away, and I'm like, man, my album's ready. What am I waiting for? Like, I'm doing this in honor of DMX. So like, I dropped my first album solo in honor of DMX. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
And when you say solo, were you part of a group before? Like
no, that's why I named it solo, because I've just kind of always been solo doing this, right? So like solo.
Yeah.
The next album after that was supposed to be called Ego.
Okay.
So solo and then ego, like with the dash in between. So like the E.
Go.
Like go. Like the ego gotta go.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
That's
but
nice.
I call the cat got your tongue instead. And I'm disappointed about that. But I like the cat got your tongue. It got a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
My name's AllieKat. Yeah.
But ego, that's a nice. I hope no one steals it from you.
Whatever. Know who tried to do it first.
Yeah, it's on tape.
Yeah.
So with the energy that you put in your music and how much you like that interaction with people, right? Like, how does that translate into your stage presence, your stage performance? Like, what is that like for someone if they want to come up and see you, since you got a show on Saturday, right?
Right.
What are they going to expect to see?
Well, I'm honestly not sure yet, because I'm a procrastinator. I put things together at the last minute. Now, for the past couple of years, every time I got asked to perform, it's like, I got those karaoke tracks for Cat Got Your Tongue. I'll just do those. Maybe chuck another little one in between here and da-da-da. This Saturday. I might just like play that Wu-Tang track and like play things like that. Like just randomly throw a set together and make it very intimate. It's a small pub. It's not like it's like it's not like it's like, you know, the Metro Center or something, like Scotiabank Center or whatever like that. Right?
I'm telling you,
huge crowds. Like get intimate and be like,
yo, that be hype. You chuck on that protect your neck beat and spit over it,
right?
That'd be hype.
I might have to because, and then like the only thing is though, is a lot of my I do have unfinished songs. You know, like I like you just asked, were you part of a group? No, I was not. So I never had no one to be like, oh, like, you get that verse, I'll get this verse, or whatever, right? Like, let's be in a group. Like, I just never had that. So, I actually, shout out Explicit from Cape Breton. I got to shout her out because she used to try to put me on so hard back in the day when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this here. Yeah. Like, shout out Explicit, man. Girl, you dope, and I've always had love for you. And, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys know Explicit from Cape Breton?
I don't.
I'm not sure if I do.
Yeah, she's a native female rapper.
Okay.
And her and, you know, Mackie Music, Jordan Mackey.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, Mackie.
Yeah.
Them two were doing a lot of music together, and then they tried to bring me into a group, and I just, with all my music that I had written up until that point, I'm like, I don't think I fit in this group, you know? Like, I just didn't feel it at the time, but regardless, man, she put me on a lot of game and helped me a lot. Both of them. So shout out Mackie as well. So yeah, they're dope. They're just two females that back in the day, like, really tried to show me a lot of support when I just didn't really know what I was doing, you know?
Cool.
So,
yeah.
I come from that life too. I was an exotic dancer for like a long time. So
okay.
So actually, I wanted to tie that in with your question of how do you perform? Well, I used to be up on stage naked, so it's just like I don't envision myself naked up there, nothing like that. But I'm just like, I was so comfortable for 10 years getting up on stage naked.
Yeah.
So what's so bad about being clothed and just speaking your mind, right?
True that.
So I don't know. I like psychologically, there's got to be something to do with being an exotic dancer. Like look at Cardi B for example. Right?
I was just gonna say.
You had to bring her up because she was an exotic dancer and she was killing the stages and stuff when she first came. Like when she was pregnant. I'm like, girl, how are you pregnant doing that there? Like, but yeah, so. But yeah, again, I'm not a big fan of anybody like in particular, especially like who would I? You know what? Let's backtrack. I'm really not. I'm not a fan of any one person right now. J. Cole, I'm a big fan of. I love J. Cole. G Frico. Do you guys know G Frico?
No.
I don't think
He's like a gangbanger from like Compton. He did a few songs with Nipsey and stuff.
Oh,
They say that if you listen to G Perico, if any girl that listens to G Perico's for the streets. I'm like, whatever. Like, whatever. I just love G Perico. But there's I can't sit here and name off every, like, artist that I listen to. Because I had Spotify, and that just throws random songs.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Like, the way music is listened to now, it's so different from back then. Back then, I had every Tupac album.
Yeah.
You know, and now there's not one artist that I have every album.
True
so
that.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that I'm like, oh, I'm not a fan of nobody. No, I'm fans of people. I just don't. There's just so much quantity over the quality, right? So it's hard to find. But back to Cardi B, man, I gotta say,
she just put out a new song, eh?
she just put out a new song.
Dissing her ex-husband.
Right? And I guess he was at the ATL, and the crowd was like quiet.
Oh, eating.
see that?
Yes, I saw a performance there. Yeah,
you see
he's
that?
pretty quiet. Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're Cardi fans over at ATL. But yeah, no, I again, like with Cardi, I watched her growth. I was probably one of her first fans back in like 2014 or 2015 or whatever. I found her stuff, and I'm like, I was dancing at the time, so I'm like, oh shit, I relate to this girl. This girl funny and this and that. Something about how she blew up, man. I'm like, I don't know. There's just not enough growth for me. Like, I like Cardi B. I like her, but I don't love her. Yeah. That's all I gotta say.
You gotta respect the game.
Yeah.
Because she only got one album out, you know?
That's the thing, right? I'm like, you're supposed to be an artist that makes music, and I probably got more songs than she does. But
Probably.
yeah, and
Like, she got a lot of features, but
Yeah.
as far as her own stuff, she got one album and what, maybe...
one album and a bunch of features and singles and stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like, where's the next album? And I'm not even waiting on the next album because I like Lotto, I like Gorilla.
Lotto, I like.
There's a girl in New York called Dawn Monique.
What about Lola?
She's,
Lola Brooke?
Lola Brooke. Yeah, she's dope too. She did that song with Iggy Azalea, I think, years ago.
She's got some new stuff out. She's good. I think she's from Brooklyn too.
Yeah. And then Dawn Monique, man, I love Dawn Monique. She hasn't come out with anything new in a minute. Like, I'm talking like years. But if you look up Dawn Monique, man, she's dope. I like the females with the deep, husky voices.
Okay.
Kind of like myself. So if you got like this irritating little whiny bitch ass voice, I'm probably gonna turn it off. No, I'm just kidding. I like a lot of different music, but
See, that's why I was a big Foxy Brown fan back then.
oh my god, Foxy.
Yeah.
Wanna.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that song. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Yeah. Yeah, Foxy.
Foxy was dope, but how come Fox never like?
She apparently something happened. She went deaf in one ear or something. It became harder for her to make music because, you have to be able to hear.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she's just. I mean, I don't know if.
Probably with a host of other things. You know
Lil
what I mean?
Kim too was one that like from back in that era that just went completely like plastic. And
Yeah. I don't need.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't giving
her.
no comments on Lil Kim.
What they say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
The thing is, though, I feel like Lil Kim maybe inspired someone like Cardi B, but Lil Kim, I listened to her back then, but my inspirations were like Alicia Keys and like who else can I think of? India Arie.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the soft feminine women out there. You know, so but I'm not trying to say I'm like those. I can't. I have my ways of being like them women, but I'm not India Arie. I'm not Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys, man, my God. Here's your pedestal. There's Alicia up there.
Yeah.
I love Alicia Keys.
I'm a huge Alicia Keys fan.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to
When I was in New York, I seen her play Hell's Kitchen. It was
did ya?
it's based on her life, and it's a musical, so her songs like are in it and push the story, and it's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I look at like live performances from people like that, and I'm like, man, I just want to do like a really well done live performance. That's why I said coming up Saturday, I'm like, I will be prepared. I'll kill it, but I don't really know what I'm doing yet because I don't want to do Cat Got Your Tongue, where I got this new album I'm working on.
Gotcha.
How many songs you going to be performing? Do you know?
I think I don't even like. Here's the funny thing: no one even asked me to do this show yet, at all, yet to this day.
You're on the
No
fly?
one reached out to me. I just seen the poster and they tagged me on it. I'm like, okay, I guess I got a show coming up. I was waiting for someone to reach out and be like, yo, you down? Like I'm like,
Yeah, because they know you're down. They know you.
they
stay
just
ready.
know.
They know you
They're like,
stay
ah, she
ready.
from Jarman. She'll pull up.
That's crazy. That's why you didn't even know the day. You thought it was Sunday when it's a Saturday.
I was pretty sure it was a Saturday, but I was like the 28th. It could be a Sunday, but
Yeah.
So something we were talking about earlier when we were driving here was talking about like when we listen to artists, certain artists that we'll put on, make us want to immediately pick up the pen and start writing.
Oh
oh
yeah.
my god.
Who's that? Who's that person, or who are those people for you? Locally, not locally, internationally. Who are those people for you? That you hear them spit something, and you're like, I gotta pick up my pen.
Again, it's no one in particular. Growing up, it was a lot Tupac.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a major Tupac fan, but like right up until like 2016, I wouldn't stop listening to Tupac. I'm like, man, I gotta like,
I was listening to Tupac yesterday.
right? But yeah, I guess it depends on what I'm listening to. You know, like I could listen to someone like, you know, like some of the harder rappers, and then they come with their soft, like not soft songs, but their heartfelt songs or something.
Yeah.
That will inspire me. Or like, I don't know. I used to be very inspired by like locals. So like when I used to go to like open mics and spoken words and just other shows, I'd be like so inspired. But I think what I don't know. Like I've honestly like when I was younger, I was so much more like I would be going to sleep, freestyling in my head, waiting for that one line to kick for me to get up out of bed and go write it down. And I would get out of bed and go write it down. If something really clicked in my head, I'd be like, oh, that was a bar, man. I can't go to bed now. I got to get up and go write that down, right? And create a song. But as far as like, are you talking about like emotional, heartfelt songs for me? Like how do those come
Like,
about?
no,
Or just
like
any song?
Anything.
Like if even when
Any
you want to get like
song.
bar crazy or anything like
Yeah.
that, it's like you hear this person rhyming, and it's just like, oh yeah, I gotta pick up my pen. This gives me that
Yeah.
instant motivation. I want to start writing.
Right. I like Big Lotto because not Big Lotto, it's just Lotto now. Used to be Mulatto.
Yeah.
Changed her name so many times, but because she was a child star or whatever, right? And like, so I used to listen. When I found out about Lotto, she was Mulatto at the time, and she was like, she's been writing songs since she was 16, right? So I went looking for them songs. And I did my homework on her and stuff, and I'm like, man, this girl fire because she really talked about her struggles as a teen in the industry, especially as a female and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like Lotto. Again, though, I find that a lot of the female rappers. Oh, Rhapsody! I gotta shout out Rhapsody.
Oh yeah,
She's
Rhapsody's
dope.
she's dope.
SZA,
Rhapsody's dope.
what's her name? Man, I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank on freaking artists right now, but I don't know. I have to like whip on my phone and like maybe look at my YouTube and Spotify and stuff. But I'm definitely a very single person, if that makes sense. So like if I like songs will come to my head and I want to hear it, and I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and like I'm a repeat person a lot too. So actually, that would be a good answer to your question. What makes me get inspired when I listen to something that just speaks to me so much? It's on repeat. Eventually, I'm like, okay, this has been on repeat for like an hour. It's time for me to get creative, you know. But yeah. So
You got any upcoming collaborations? I couldn't say that word.
I do on the new
Collaborations.
album. I gotta shout out this girl right here because she came through on one of my songs. So I wrote this song back in like I said, I write a lot, and sometimes I'll write like a verse, and then like months later I'll like go back to it and be like write another verse, and then maybe write it this and that and da da da, piece it together kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had this one song. It's called Comments, and it didn't have a hook for like years. Like literally 4 years or 5 years, I was like, man, like I really want to put this song out, but it got no hook. And I asked certain artists to collab and stuff. A lot of the rappers I know are rappers, so I'm like, how can I get like a? And I don't know. I'm nervous sometimes to like reach out to people and ask them like, hey, you want to like jump on my song and collab? Like I've asked some people, and I don't know. Features are hard for me for some reason. I don't know, but. Anyways, but yeah, comments. So I needed a hook, and I did reach out to a few singers and songwriters and stuff. No one really got back. So my sister and I used to sing all the time growing up.
Yeah.
She's a tattoo artist, okay?
Okay.
And she's kind of a master of all trades, and she don't have a singing career or anything like that. So, anyways, I asked my sis. I said, "Sis, man, like I got this song, and I'm wondering if you could just do something with it." She wrote me back, kind of like with the Indian guys, like within a half hour. She's like, "Oh, I got this hook for you, sis. You want to hear it?" I'm like, "Yeah." It sounded fire. So, anyway, shout out Helena Darling. That's my sister. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's Hallie famous. So.
Yeah. She got a tattoo shop, right?
Yeah, she got Darling tattoos on Oxford and whatever. Shabukta Kennard. I think it's Kennard.
Yeah.
Oxford and Kennard.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Darling Tattoos. That's my sister. So,
Oh.
she got a single coming out with me very soon. I'm so excited for it because I just touched up the last little touches tonight, and I think I'm gonna drop it like pretty immediately. When I listen to the track from Kiki tonight, on my way home or whatever, I'm gonna make sure everything sounds legit, make sure nothing needs nothing, and I'm gonna upload it to the friggin' world. So,
well, what's that like when you kind of sit down, put those headphones on, and listen to it in the car, and then you know that that's you and your sister doing your thing together?
I'm telling, it made me cry.
Oh.
Like hearing her part, it made me cry because I'm like, man, like that's my big sister, you know. Like I don't know. It touched my heart because I'm like, man, I really needed this song complete, and she came through for me. It was like literally one of the last little pieces of the album, but yeah. So and the song is called Comments, like I said. Yeah. Stoney Montana's on that one, the production, and obviously, the engineer.
Yeah.
Production engineer.
Yeah. Production engineer,
whatever, the beat maker. But yeah, I'm nervous and excited for this album because I already put out a song last week and I don't like it. It only got like 10 views. You know what I mean? So there's this thing called promotion that I kind of suck at because of social media and that. It's so easy to just go like, hey, blah 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 blah. I don't know why. I just
social media is
I gotta get more
weird
comfortable
era.
with it. It's very weird era, especially if you're in your like mid-30s. It's like
yeah, I can relate.
yeah, I'm glad we can all relate.
I'm telling you, people, click on stuff, like it, and comment and share, because I'll be getting the same problem. Y'all want to click on and make like 80 likes on a post of a picture,
right?
Or and I send something to say, hey, check this out. Y'all ain't clicking it, so click that link,
right?
man.
It's like when I post a pretty picture, you're all over it. But when I post a song, it's like, oh, she posted. She got talent. But when I got a pretty face, you're like, oh,
keep the content.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that it's free to like.
It's free.
It's free to share.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Just do it. All right, so we got a shirt for you here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, rep the brand, rep the brand.
Rep it.
Can't have too many T-shirts.
All right, and we got the game that we haven't named yet. We gotta name this sometime.
Game with no name, just play.
That's what it's called, the game with no name.
I was gonna show off the T-shirt right quick, but you're already wearing it. But check it. Hey, I just got a T-shirt, y'all.
All right, so I'm going to give you this dice.
Okay.
We're going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
So when you roll the dice, that's the number question I'll pick.
Okay.
Number 9. Okay, here's one. Might be hard. Who do you think, in your opinion, now this could be universal, it could be just Canadian, whatever, your top 5 rappers that you think are underrated. So ones that you think ain't getting the shine that you think they should have got.
Dominique, that girl I mentioned. She fire, man. And she pretty and everything else.
Dominique.
Rhapsody.
Okay.
Because Rhapsody's big, but she's not as big as she should be.
No,
she is.
I agree.
She is the
Stadium
epitome
headliner.
of real hip hop. We don't want slutty rap. We want hip hop, and she does that and delivers that. And
For
she's
sure.
definitely underrated. Who else? Can I say myself? No, I'm just kidding. I put the work in to say myself, so that's okay. I got to work like songs, but not enough. Yeah, but I do as an artist. I do think I'm dope.
Well,
So I would say I'm underrated.
Yeah,
so that's
put you on
3.
there. There's 3. You're on there. You can put yourself.
Who else? Underrated artist. I'm trying to think. That. I don't know. This is. You said it would be hard.
I told you.
Like just wean people up. Quake Matthews, man, because he's good. He represents Scotia. He's dope. He's doing a lot. But is he like, you know what I mean? Is he as big as he should be, I guess? But
Yeah.
Quake's dope, man. Patio Season was an amazing album.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
I remember me and all the girls used to
Great
dance
body
to
work.
his album. What was the album? The Myth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
yeah,
album
yeah.
was fire. And actually, speaking of inspirations, he inspired me to write a song off one of his songs. I think it was called just Dear Matthew was his song. If I recall, maybe I called mine Dear Matthew too. But anyways, I wrote a little remix off one of Quake's songs, and it was just a cute little. When I was younger, right, and I was a big fan. I'm like, I was just writing this little song for Quake, basically saying like that he's dope.
dope.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Quake's dope. I've always liked Quake, but who else? I don't know. Final answer, Pat Stay, because rest his soul. I know he can't really
rest
go
his
any
soul.
further than he is right now, because But yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so big, man. I mean, for
Yeah.
Eminem to shout him out,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So Pat Stay, man, he God rest his soul. Like he should have really been
No, for real.
reaping more of the benefits of the success, right?
I agree.
Yeah. There's my
Nice,
hard
dude.
5 answers.
There's your
Thank you.
top 5 underrated. All right, roll the
we roll
dice.
again?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. My cup's empty too, but
1. All right. Here's your top 5 rappers dead or alive for you.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta say Tupac because he was like my father figure. He really was. I loved Tupac. DMX.
Yeah.
Are you mad at that list? Still fair?
You said dead or alive? J. Cole, because J. Cole's helped me with a lot of stuff. I love J. Cole. I do. Like he's
Awesome.
dope. And you just said artist, right? It doesn't have to be a certain genre.
I said rappers, but you can put
You did
singers.
say
It
rappers.
could be
Okay.
singers
No,
too.
That's okay. We'll stick to rap.
Okay.
I love E40, man. He put me on a lot
Yeah.
of game, and his music's
yeah.
dope, and he got a big catalog.
Tell her what
So.
I got.
Ooh, yeah.
You can listen to E40 all day and not get
really
through all the
can.
songs.
And he got those like "Pray for Me" songs and stuff too, right? Where it's like you can cry to E40, like
Yeah.
Yeah, Fonzarelli, man.
yeah.
I think
Was that
he's-
4 or 5?
That's 4 so far.
Okay, so one more. Dead or alive. And it has to be a rapper. I think I'm overthinking the question, so I'm gonna just go with Littles the General because he was dope.
Yes.
Shout out
God
Littles,
rest his soul,
man.
Yeah, respect.
Respect
to that.
I'm just trying to. Littles was dope, man. I never had the opportunity to meet him or anything like that. I've never been to any of his shows, but I loved his music.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the first local rappers I ever heard of. Him and Ghetto Child.
Yeah, no, I performed with him years ago, back
Yeah.
when they were when it was Triple
Threat?
Triple Threat, man. Back when Triple Threat and NEP and them guys. Just shout out to the boys, man.
I took him.
It's crazy how someone like myself would know about certain artists from Halifax just because of who these guys are. Like if they didn't put on themselves and get put on by other people, like I wouldn't know about Littles. I wouldn't know about PJ and them. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like it's just a beautiful thing. And yeah.
Nice.
Next
dude.
question.
There's
Let's
your
roll the
5.
dice.
Now that when she mentioned E40, now when it comes up and we talk about most underrated, I think I'm going to put E40. I think he should be bigger than what he was.
Underrated, man. He's so dope.
'Cause,
like,
yeah.
E40 got the best, man. Like I love E40.
He's been consistent since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna
Vocabulary
stand up for the next
stupendous.
roll. We got
3.
Shree.
Here's one that unrelated to music. What's your favorite 5 cartoons you watched growing up?
Oh my lord. So, I was not a big TV person, but I would have to say Bugs Bunny, South Park,
Oh yeah.
Simpsons,
Oh, of course.
Family Guy, I guess, because it was always playing, even though it was not my favorite. I don't know, man. Family Guy, some of them characters were irritating to me, but so what I say, Simpsons, South Park,
I think it's
Bugs Bunny,
Bugs Bunny, because I just remember Bugs Bunny.
and I think Family Guy.
One more to go.
Family Guy, I guess you could include that one. Cartoons, man. Let me think. Rick and Morty was a good one. Growing up though, or like
Hey, it could be
whatever.
It could be
Rick
whenever.
and Morty is a good little entertaining little show. And another cartoon. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get old school with it.
Well, that was 5 unless
what I used to watch. But me and my sisters were always outside. Like we were always outside playing. We never had tablets and stuff like that, right? So we were always outside at the lakes and stuff like that.
Well, that was 5. That was 5.
Yeah, but
You
one
got
more cartoon. I don't know.
No, you don't need any more. You said 5.
Ren and Stimpy. Was that a cartoon?
Oh wait,
Ren and Stimpy or something like that.
I guess we got
I
6.
think I remember that one too. Oh, and Pinky and the Brain. That was actually that's the final answer right there. Is Pinky and the Brain. That was the dope show.
I thought it was hard, but she came up with 7.
Yeah, there you go. 7.
There you go.
Roll
All right.
again? Or-
Yep.
Okay. I'm not standing for this time.
6.
9 or 6?
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Top 5. Now, see, this is funny after saying that you're not a TV person because this is top 5 TV shows.
Oh Lord. Okay. Top 5 TV shows. Let me just think. Because I'm really not a big TV person. I'll like clean all day and distract myself to other things. I have ADHD, so I'm not as good just sitting there focusing on something. But TV shows. Growing up, that 70s show was dope.
Yes.
I'm not going to include this in my answer, but the 90s show or whatever, that's pretty cool. I've seen a few episodes of that. That's pretty cool.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, they like recreated that 70s show into that 90s show. And it's sort of
maybe I did see it.
A little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I like a little bit of story time, street life from time to time. So Top Boy is a dope show. It's like a UK
Top Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I really like UK actors actually. Yeah. So I like a lot of UK shows. What's that other one? With the adult sister and the kids and Shameless.
Oh yeah,
that's a dope show. So well done. I don't know how many answers that is yet. But
3.
Okay. What's another show I like? Reality TV. So like all them ratchet fucking people get together on an island and like, I'm gonna get the money. And yeah. So those type of shows can be very entertaining.
They but they're dangerous because you could get sucked into them.
Yeah. So reality TV is an answer, and then I don't know. I'm gonna say like ER type shows for just when I want to go to bed. Like I'll like listen to like what's that Dr. House and all that kind of stuff.
Oh okay,
it's a great show if you actually get into it.
Yeah,
but when I just want to go to sleep sometimes, like when I've had a long day, by the time the TV goes on, it's bedtime. So like it's hard for me to get into a show sometimes, right? Because you gotta like sit there forever. But yeah,
I gotcha.
Anyways,
cool.
So
all right,
those are kind of my answers for shows. I'm not a big TV person. Whatever.
All right, so last question. Last time to roll.
One more roll. Come on, man.
One more.
6s or 9s. Those seem to be like. One again. I already rolled one, so different.
Yep, roll again.
One again.
Oh
my Lord.
Getting all. Okay, 2.
We got a 2.
Oh, who are your top 5 producers, like beat makers?
Beat makers?
Who are your favorite producers?
Ooh, that's a tough one for me.
Well, you plagiarized one.
Oh, Dr. Dre, of course. Yeah, you plagiarized one. Sorry, Dre. Dr. Dre.
Almost forgot about Dre.
Yeah, I almost forgot about Dre. So Dr. Dre, E40, whoever his producers are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I love E40's beats.
That's a good question.
Yeah, like I don't know who produces E40, but his producer.
Cool.
Metro Boomin's dope.
Yeah.
Who else? I got to shout out. No, okay, I was gonna Kiki because Kiki's my producer, right? But are you talking about beat makers though?
Oh, he makes the beats, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's still a producer.
And Sony too, man. Sony is sick with it.
Well, there you go.
But those are my locals. So, did they count? Can we count them? Yeah,
we count. Yeah.
And then, other than that, I like Dizzy Rascal's producer, whoever that is. Do you guys know Dizzy Rascal? He's the original drill.
And stuff like that,
he's from over UK.
Oh, okay.
And so he, I don't know, man. When I first heard Dizzy Rascal, I was like, who is his beat producer? Because these beats are funky. Like they're so crazy. Like I can't even describe it. It's that UK drill, but back in like 2008.
Okay.
So Dizzy Rascal, man. Whoever his producers are, dope.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. There we go.
Okay, no more rolling.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
I won again.
I won again. Comical.
Loves the one.
I am the one,
There you go.
not the two.
So is there anything else you want to say about your upcoming show, which is on Saturday?
The 28th.
Be there or be a square.
Yeah, remember, $10 to get in, $5 with a food donation.
Yeah, all you gotta do is bring a little can of corn and you save $5, and the can of corn's only like what, $5 now anyway because of inflation. Excuse me.
All right, well, glad to have you on the show.
Okay.
Can't wait to see you this Saturday, and
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll be on the show again in the future.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I would love to be back.
Awesome. All right, well, that's all for this episode.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, glad to have you. I'm John Kizzy. You know who is he? A.K.A. Philly G, because they know who I be, and I'm here with Ray Ray
Take care of yourself, people.
and AllieKat,
AllieKat.
and we out. Peace.